In today's video, I survived 100 days, but imagine being transformed into Dream and having to survive in Minecraft Hardcore. As I go more into the 100 days, you'll go to alternate realities you've never seen before, fight deadly custom bosses, and be hunted by more and more hunters as the days progress. Am I able to survive 100 days as Dream and slay the Ender Dragon? Watch till the end to find out. Also, if you end up enjoying the video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like for the YouTube algorithm. Day 1, I spawned into this new world and realized, wait, I'm Dream. One thing I did know is that we're really high up, so we need to get down these mountains. But first, I went to the closest tree I could find and went and grabbed some wood. I then went inside my inventory to go create a crafting table where I made myself a wooden pickaxe, but not for long because we went down and grabbed some stone so we can make a stone pickaxe as well as axe. After that, I went and jumped off the mountain and ended up landing in a waterfall. Dream likes playing risky. Later, out of nowhere, it started raining. I went to go look around and realized there's a hunter chasing me. I was not prepared for this hunter, so I had to run. I go jump into the water, but he's still able to get hits on me. But now that I'm on land, I'm able to get away, so I spent some time grabbing some resources until the hunter's back. I was able to get away from him though by jumping over a ravine and watching him fall in. I then ran away until I found some sheep to kill so I don't go hungry. Once I thought he was gone, I stayed here and made sure to gear up. I cooked all my food as well as crafted a bed and went to sleep. When I woke up, I grabbed all my gear and continued exploring. I didn't know if the hunter was near, but what I did know is that we needed food, so I go and take down some sheep, as well as killing some pig and grabbing sugarcane. Right after that though, we continued traveling until we eventually found a village, but there were tons of zombies everywhere. Since I was Dream though, they were easy to take out. After a while, I eventually killed them all. This was good practice for the hunters, but the problem is, the longer these hunters are alive, the more time they get to gear up. And not only just that, every 15 days, a new hunter spawns in. It's only a matter of time before these hunters reach their final form. I think after that, I need a good night's sleep. When I woke up on day 3, I went and grabbed all the hay near the village and crafted all of it into bread. I then went across the village and noticed a wandering traveler, but like normal, they had the worst loot. I decided to leave the village though, since I need to go actually make a home. After traveling, I went and grabbed some sand as well as some sugarcane. I continued exploring after that, but we need to be careful for hunters. But luckily, before one found me, I found a place to stay. It's good because we're so far away from birch trees. I hate those things. But seriously, it had a great view, so I started building the house straight away. I go and spend the next few days making sure the house looks really nice. I go and work on the exterior as well as the roof. It looked nice overall. But while I was spending all of that time working on my house, the hunters were getting stronger. What have we got here? What do you guys think of the cabin? Let me know. But for now, I need to go have a sleep, because on day 9, I go and leave my home to go search for a cave. I go and spend time traveling to find a big cave, but all the caves were dead ends. But luckily, we eventually found one. I decide to go down and notice there's iron. I go and grab all of it, and then leap over to the other side, just so I can get every single piece. After that, we jump down and fought all the mobs that are near us. I go and kill the skeleton that's blocking our path, and then I go explore more. This cave gives me really creepy vibes though. I wonder why. But it didn't matter, because it led us to this ravine, where I decided to go down and look around, until I attacked a zombie and my axe broke. I ran back, shoved it into the lava, which made me realize that there's iron over here. I go and grab all the pieces of iron, as well as the ones behind the vine, so I can go make armor. I go and place my crafting table down and create a furnace to go smelt every single piece of iron. Once it was done, I went and created a shield, then right after a pickaxe, as well as iron armor. Now that I get up, I was more confident exploring the cave. But when I continued traveling, I noticed a sign that said, "You need to get out now." I go run out the cave as fast as I can. I did not want to find out what that was. I even ran away from mobs since Dream didn't have time for that. The only thing I knew was I need to get out of this cave. But there was one problem. From the top, I noticed that the hunters jumped down and started attacking me. I ran back down in the cave as fast as I can, trying to avoid as much fall damage. I continued going, trying to get away from them. But when I go far away, I notice this too. Yeah, I need to get out of here right now. I kept running away because both of them had max iron armor. But since one fell down, I went and strike the other one. I go and kill the other hunter and keep running. I want to get out of here. I decide to go swim underneath the cave until I eventually get away. Once they were gone, on day 19, I go eat some food and go collect the resources around me. Since the hunters were strong, we also needed iron too. Which hunters do you actually think are stronger? These ones or the ones from Dream's original manhunt? Anyway, I go grab the rest of the iron and then think to myself, who placed that sign? Well, for now, it doesn't matter because I go place my furnace and go smelt all my iron. While that's smelting, I go grab all the resources near me like coal and stone. And once it was done, I create max iron armor as well as crafting my sword for myself. Now I'm more prepared for the hunters. After I get max iron, I focus on leaving the cave, which ended up well. Right after, I go climb up the vines and start searching for my house. Eventually, after a while, I found it, and when I went inside, I found something else. There was a sign right above my bed that said, "You're welcome, sincerely, .. Is this George? Wait, there's a sign in the cave as well. What does this mean? I'm just gonna go sleep on it. Day 20 to 22, I decided to go hunter-proof my house. I made it so you can use the caves to escape as well as having a boat if it goes bad. I also added some walls so the hunters feel intimidated. Now they'd be too scared to even attack me. On day 23 to 24, I added some decorations to my house, and then watch as I see the hunters go attack my base. I was wrong. I see them go jump up, but I'm able to take one down. The other hunter was much harder though. I go and use my wall to my advantage to go escape from him, but then it leads me to a ton of mobs. That hunter was right behind me too, so I was taking so much damage until I eventually got to 1 heart.
No, I'm not dying, I refuse.
Luckily, I was able to go eat some bread. Then after that, I went and deployed my escape plan. It was going well until when I placed the boat, it wouldn't work. While the hunter was distracted, I broke it out the water and killed all the nearby mobs. But unfortunately, while I was looking around, I realized that a creeper blew up my wall. Now mobs could get in faster. I decided to go abandon my base, but then while I was traveling, I found a mutant zombie staring at me. Little did I know that the hunter was chasing me and got me to half a heart. Now my life's at stake. I have to run as far as I can. Although I'm Dream, I started to lose hope. But then I noticed that there were signs on the tree.
Follow the signs, go left.
And I realized the hunter was right behind me. I decided to go left. This could be my only hope of surviving. I go and jump down into the water and I find the next sign. But I also find that the hunter's closer. I keep following the signs exactly how it said until it told me to go straight. I continued going that way until the skeleton started shooting me and I fell into a hole.
Wait, that's water. Where are we? If I went into this portal, I could get away from the hunters. Maybe we should go in. Huh? Where are we? Okay, what is this place? Hello?
Once I got spawned into this new dimension, I was so confused why I was here. I decided to travel to find out.
I'm sorry, boss. We couldn't get him.
You what? I see we need to make some changes around here.
Apparently the hunters have a boss they're working for. I need to eventually find out who that is. But for now I need to find out why I'm here. What even is this place?
I'll answer that.
Herobrine. Wait, are you the Herobrine from the 100 days?
Yup, that's me. I'm also the one leading you with the signs.
Wait, why do you sound like me?
It's kinda too complicated to understand, but I'll tell you this. I created this whole dimension for you to practice fighting the hunters and to defeat their final boss. Listen, I can say one thing, and that's bad things are gonna happen.
When I woke up, I realized my skin's red. What's that about? I go and use my iron tools though to go break some resources, but it didn't work here. I went and grabbed some anyway and threw all my iron tools away and crafted some new ones. While I was exploring, I noticed a mushroom biome with all these creepy mobs. I went and lived straight away and killed all of these sheep. At least they have some mobs here that I know. I also get chased by this black creature I've never seen before. I was able to get away. While I was in the clear, I went and crafted a brand new bed as well as a furnace. I needed to gear up for the night. When I woke up, I spent time figuring out why I'm red. Otherwise than that, I grabbed all my gear and noticed there's a sign from Herobrine saying they've sent hunters. I go and look around and notice there's 3 hunters chasing me. I go and run as fast as I can and grab all the resources near me so I can make better tools. Once I collect more cobblestone, I notice there's a hunter near me. I go and take a few hits and decide to evacuate to the trees. Since that worked, I went and crafted some brand new tools and kept running away. Once I was able to get away from them, I noticed they're back on me. I go and take one of the hunters down and notice there's another one on me. I go and hit the hunter a few times and decide to build up to get away from him. Since I was getting low though, I had to run away. I go and use the trees to my advantage to run from him until I noticed I could double jump. That double jump just saved me from dying from full damage. But how could I double jump? That makes no sense. I'm so confused. But that doesn't matter. I just needed to go away and go to sleep.
Huh? What was that?
I ended up waking up from a really weird dream about a tower. I need to focus on myself for now, so I go grab some resources near me and go to the closest cave and notice there's a new ore called moonstone. I go and grab all the pieces and also find out there's another ore. I grabbed every single piece of that ore and decided to go leave. I wanted to find a place to stay, so on this hilltop for a few days, I went and spent time working on the cabin. I know it wasn't going to be an amazing cabin, but I needed to do it. I needed somewhere to feel like home. This is such a creepy place. I need to get out. But if I really wanted to survive in this world from the hunters, I needed to go and upgrade my tools as well as to find a cave. I made sure to spend a while so I could find a good cave, and after a while I actually did find, but I wasn't the only person who found something. The hunters found me and started chasing me straight into the cave. Since they were all crowding me, I had to run. I was able to get away though and grab some of the red gem ore, but then I noticed it back on my trail. While the hunters went on my trail, I went and grabbed some more red gem ore. This took a while until I eventually went further down the cave and noticed a brand new ore. It's kind of the same color as georgenotfound. I go and grab more blue gem ore until I continue exploring and notice a dungeon. Since I had the time, I went and killed all of the mobs and grabbed some of their loot. They had tons of blue gem ore, so I went and smelted all of it and created some new armor. But once I realized they're back on my trail, I had to go run. I go grab all my gear and decide to go place it somewhere else. While they were busy trying to find me, I went and crafted some more armor. But since they were near, I had to grab my gear and keep running. They're starting to get me low, so I had to run. I did not want to fight them. They're too strong. I go and build up from the side and end up running all the way back home. This took a while, but I needed to sleep. But maybe I shouldn't have slept, because on day 38, I wake up in the middle of the sky and kept falling all the way down until I landed into the water. I have no idea why that happened. Anyway, when I kept exploring, I noticed Herobrine. But then I find out Herobrine is disappointed. He expected more from me, so he put me in this new dimension to keep me away. I wanted to prove him wrong. Herobrine must have thought that since I couldn't take down those hunters. It's fine though, I know how to prove Herobrine wrong. All I wanted to do is get home, so I go grab resources near me and continue going down. You may be wondering how to get home. Well, you'll find out. For now, I need to go kill all these mobs near the cave, and I go and grab more resources. Once I do that, I place my furnace and go smelt all my ores and create some new pickaxes, as well as going to the side of the cave and grabbing new ores. But what I noticed from this fiery ore that it had a power. This pickaxe, I could use auto smelt. This is going to help me so much, as well as this sword. Since I got the mighty dream sword, I go and take all the mobs down. It was easy with this. I go and take the last one down while I explore the dungeon, and eventually go and leave the cave. I need to go get out and regen my health. Luckily, when I was outside the cave, I found berries. So since I knew this could be a good food source, I grabbed all of them and spend time finding the tower. While that was happening, in the overworld, a new hunter has been spawned. Actually, multiple of them. The hunters have been gearing up this whole time. What am I gonna do when I get back? After days of traveling, I found the tower. But since I'm Dream, I knew this would be a challenge I could take. Day 48 to 49, I run inside the tower and get prepared to fight mobs. While I go up, I notice 2 Vindigators come and attack me. I go and take them down pretty easily and try to go save the villagers. That wasn't possible though. I just kinda left them there. After abandoning these villagers' last hope, I go further up the tower and notice a healing potion. Now all I need to do is find the keys. It was pretty easy though. I went and grabbed every single key there was, as well as the one on the broom stand, and killed some mobs so I can get enough food to survive. But once I knew I had enough, I went and placed all the keys inside and was ready to fight the alchemist. I come into the battle really confident until I see him drop rocks from the ceiling. That could have gone bad, but I was able to do some damage until he shot me with arrows. It was hard to get hits on him since he ender-pearled all over the place. But once I knew I had the chance, I went and jumped in and got poisoned. I was able to do a lot of damage to the alchemist though. I go and get a few more hits and notice he's lower, but since he regenerates, I need to take him down now. I use everything that I can to go take him down while he uses everything he can. He didn't want to give up, but Dream knew it was over. I go and slay the alchemist and grab his loot bag. Once I did that, I go down and hear a loud thud. I don't know what that is, but once I go down the stairs, I notice a portal back to the overworld. Without hesitation, I run inside the portal and go back. I end up getting back in the overworld and hey, I'm green again.
Too bad George isn't here to see me in this shape.
While I was back though, I noticed something was off, but I wasn't quite sure what it was.
I see we need to make some changes around here.
It was all Technoblade. I can't believe it. But that doesn't matter because I see 4 diamond hunters chasing me. I start running through this cornfield as fast as I can. I do not want to get taken. I keep running from the hunters until I find a cave to parkour over. Since I fell into the cave, I knew it was my opportunity to get away. I knew I need to find a place to hide. So I go and run inside the forest and decide to go build up. But the hunters found me pretty quick. They went and built up as well. So I decided to go bridge over the side and jump into the water. While I had the opportunity, I looked for anything I could use to my advantage. While I was looking for that, I noticed a cave. I go and make a risky play and run into the cave. While I see the hunters getting distracted from the blocks behind me, I use that to my advantage and build out. While they got stuck in those caves, I spent ages running and running. I made it my priority to get away from them, but I also needed some food, so I spent some time committing arson to sheep and went and attacked the pillage. I just wanted to go take them down. I spent ages killing them and fighting their boss. After destroying their outpost, I went and killed some chicken and spent time going home. After a while, I eventually found it, broken down with tons of zombies as well. I realized they're ganging up on me, but still able to go and take them all down. Look at this place. This is awful. I knew we had to go clean this up, so from day 59 to 65, I go grab brand new resources as well as stone. We did all of this to go fix this base. Dream may not be a pro builder, but he can definitely fix it up. So for a few days, I start cleaning it up by getting rid of all the web as well as decorating the floor and repairing the broken wall. We may have also added some brand new features as well, just to make it look extra nice. It was looking good, but once I finished, in the distance, I noticed Technoblade. I go and run over to attack him and notice he's gone. Although he left a book that said read the stream. I go and open it and it told me to go meet him at his castle. I knew if I wanted to do that, I needed to gear up. To defeat Technoblade, I needed an enchantment table. I knew if I wanted to get this, I needed to go back into a cave. I start day 66 by crafting myself a bow, as well as grabbing everything I need to go into the cave. And after traveling for a bit, I eventually found one. But while I was looking for a cave, someone was looking for me. I noticed there's 5 hunters now, so I jumped down to the cave and try to get as far as I can. Once I was actually in the caves, I stopped for a bit and grabbed some iron until I noticed that they're behind me again. I go and use all the resources that I have to go block myself from the hunters. It eventually led me to a massive lava cave where I went and grabbed some gold until I realized they're right behind me. I kept running since 5 of them were too much to take. I go and look around to see any opportunity I can get away and decide to go further into the cave. Once I was actually able to get away and use everything to my advantage, I go grab some diamonds until I notice there's even more. I go and grab the 7 vine of diamonds and even find more. I guess I'm just lucky. After grabbing all of these diamonds, I go craft a diamond pickaxe, chest plate, and finally a diamond helmet. We also go upgrade our bow from iron to diamond. Now I was ready for when the hunters came back, so when they were behind me, I went and used used all my tools to go attack them. I go and take 2 of them down with my sword, and eventually got to the last one. When I killed them, I noticed there's a book. It was actually the codes for Technoblade's castle. So now I knew when I got home, I was ready to take Technoblade down. But first we needed to get home. So after ages of traveling, when I got home, I started to prepare by creating an enchantment table as well as making bookshelves. Once that was done, I went and gave myself some basic enchantments for my tools and armor. I then went down the ladder and left my home. I was ready to take Technoblade down. So after ages of traveling and going through brand new biomes I've never seen, I found his castle. Once I got to the castle, I ran up to the stairs and noticed there's tons of zombie pigments willing to attack me. I go and take them all down and eventually go back down the stairs. Once I did that, I eventually noticed a trapdoor which led me to Technoblade. Knowing that he sent those hunters after me and created Minecraft Manhunt, I went and attacked him. He did a lot of damage to me. Thankfully, when I fought Technoblade, he gave me tons of potatoes, but I was still gonna take him down. I was low though, so I go up the ladder and run away from him. We eventually start fighting on the front of his castle. Technoblade did a lot of damage to me, so I thought the best way was to run away from him by getting up the stairs. Maybe if I was able to attack him, he could fall off, but thankfully he did. I go and take a hit, and while I run, I notice he dies from full damage. That was close, but at least we slayed Technoblade. Since I killed Technoblade, I thought the hunters were over, but they were furious their boss was dead. All 5 of them made it their goal to take me down. They even went and upgraded to netherite armor. They wanted trouble. Once I left the castle, I saw all these hunters chasing me with netherite. While I'm running as fast as I can, I realized it's time to go slay the ender dragon. I ended up doing an energy water bucket off the cliff, and I eventually find a cave. Since this has a lava pool, we'll be able to go to the nether. While I jump down, I go and place a few blocks of wood and start making the nether portal. Since Dream's a pro speedrunner, I go and place all the blocks I need and end up placing all the obsidian. It was looking real nice, and I was about to go in until I noticed the hunters are here. I ended up nearly dying in lava, but the water saved me. But since all the hunters were here, I had to be prepared. I go and light the portals so I can go in, but they break it. Dream was angry now, so I go and take one of the hunters out, and then shortly after take another one. This was getting hard though, since I was maneuvering around, but I was able to take all of them. Now that the hunters were gone for a while, I jump into the nether and go and find a fortress. After ages of traveling, I did find one. I decided the easiest way to get there was breaking the side of this basalt hill and eventually jumping down. Once I got in there, I needed to go find a blaze spawner. So after a while, I found one and started taking the blazes down. This was really hard due to wither skeletons and also worrying about the hunters, but I was still able to go kill them, and once I eventually got all the blaze rods I need, I run out of the fortress and go and take down some endermen. But I wasn't alone, as I see some of the hunters start chasing me. I end up using the netherrack blocks I have to go build up to get away from them, until I jump off and start running towards a tree. I go and take one of the hunters down by using my sword, and then I decided to leave once I got all the ender pills I need and went back into the portal. Once I got out though, it wasn't over. I still needed to find the stronghold, so I spent days and days looking for it, until eventually my eyes at ender led me towards this place, towards the middle of this lake. Once I knew it was in the lake though, I went and mined down and continued until I fell down into a cave and noticed a stronghold was right next to me. Since I knew the hunters were near, I needed to go find the ender portal room. Luckily, I was able to find it really quick, so I go break the spawner and place all my eyes. Now I knew Dream was ready, so I go jump into the end portal and start building over to the top as fast as I can. Before the hunters came, I decided to go take down as much end crystals as I can until the hunters were right behind me. It was going to be hard to take them down. I go and take another end crystal and get knocked by the ender dragon. Thankfully, Dream's fast reflexes makes me able to clutch it. Every minute I was getting closer to killing the ender dragon until I get launched up into the air, but I was able to save myself with the water bucket clutch. Now Dream was angry at the dragon, so I climbed up and took down the last end crystals. While the hunters were trying to build up, I started firing shots. After that though, I went down to deal more damage to the dragon. Little did I know that the dragon launched me up, but thankfully I could land on the pillar. Once I knew the dragon was low, I went down and wanted to get the final blow on the dragon, but I knew I was low too, but I could do it. I just had to get one more hit. I go run over the dragon and kill it. I finally slayed the ender dragon and defeated the hunters in Minecraft Manhunt. That was a crazy 100 days. Nothing like I've ever done. If you really enjoyed the video, you can always see how I survived 100 days as Herobrine. But anyway, make sure to subscribe and comment for 200 days.